The economy is shrinking per person. We're getting poorer. Now, you don't need me to tell you that our economy is broken. The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, will stand up tomorrow and claim that we are turning a corner. But the numbers speak for themselves. 331,000 people who were in work when she became Chancellor are now unemployed. Our youngsters are bearing the brunt of this, with those not in work, training or education rising to 957,000. Almost 1 million young people. That's 1 in 7, more than anywhere in the developed world. More of them out of work than during COVID. For the first time, youth unemployment here is more than in Europe. But it's not just the numbers. People's everyday experiences tell us how the economy is performing. A few weeks ago, I was speaking to a mum of one in Newark who told me about her son. He left college more than a year ago. He achieved good grades, for which he worked very hard, but she explained that he still hasn't been able to find work, and he's beginning to lose hope. Is Rachel Reeves concerned about this young man? About the hundreds of thousands like him? Or is, as we set out today, she too busy cozying up to people with abhorrent views to keep her job and hold on to her seat? Well, I'll say more on that in a moment. We also have inflation, the rate at which people's household costs rise, at 3%, half over its target of 2%. The rate at which Rachel Reeves found it when she walked into the Treasury in 2024. It's nearly double the Eurozone average, the highest in the G7. People are experiencing this in lots of ways, with higher energy and water bills and the surging cost of groceries, which is making life tough for everyone. And at the same time, wages are clearly flatlining. The economy is shrinking per person. We're getting poorer. All our economy's warning lights are flashing red right now. Be under no illusions. The final 3 months of last year saw a record jump in the number of businesses in financial distress. Much of our industry is simply disappearing. Oil and gas is being banned, as is diesel car manufacturing. Car production is at a 73-year low. Cement production is at a 70-year low. Glass, the worst in 70 years. Chemicals, steel, paper, ceramics, they're all struggling. And so much of it comes back to Labour's mismanagement of our economy. I couldn't put it better than Wes Streeting did. There is no growth strategy at all. A terrible energy policy, pathetic house building numbers. But the original sin, the biggest mistake, was Rachel Reeves's tax rises. She pledged she'd raise taxes by £8 billion a year. Instead, she's hiked them by £67 billion. All her tax rises have made it incredibly difficult for working people to get by. Take 2 parents earning £30,000 a year. They'll be £5,000 worse off annually by 2030 because of her tax rises. And they have been lethal for businesses, business rates, energy bills, labour costs, the self-defeating Employment Rights Act. Any one of these measures individually would have been costly. But Labour have chosen to inflict them all on our businesses at once. And above all, the rise in national insurance. It's a year since this tax hike, and its impact has been devastating. Take a small restaurant or service business with 9 employees. Altogether, their costs could be rising by up to £50,000 this year alone. Of course they can't cope. Of course they've had to stop hiring. They've let people go. This is why we have the jobs crisis. So remember when Rachel Reeves boasts tomorrow about record tax receipts. She's really boasting about her record tax increases that have caused record pain. They're suffocating families and businesses. The root of this problem is the wasteful spending. When Reeves came in, she increased spending by £60 billion a year. but Labour have wasted most of this money. 15 billion a year on migrant benefits, over 5 billion on asylum, 15 billion on foreign aid, the exploding benefits bill. Those who go out to work, paying for those who choose not to. A reform government will set this right. As we've already set out, we will cut wasteful spending and responsibly bring down taxes for our people and our businesses. We'll stop the betrayal of Alarm Clock Britain. In the coming weeks, we'll be setting out detailed, carefully thought through plans for additional cuts in welfare spending to show you that when the government takes your money, we will actually be careful with it and ensure that it is not sprayed around, but it's spent in your interests. Because that is what has gone wrong. Britain's economy hasn't been run in the British people's interests. Past governments, this government, Reeves, Starmer, they've all had other priorities. And what is more emblematic of that than Rachel Reeves' relationship with her friend, Arshad Khatani, that we have exposed today. Khatani is a local power broker in the community from Pakistan. As one of the chairs of the Leeds Council of Mosques, he's thrown the weight of his support and community behind the Chancellor. But who really is he? Well, Reeves describes him as her friend. She has a long-standing friendship that apparently continues to this very day. A man who said that those who speak against Islam are an evil gang that he will help to destroy. Who shared a video about the Pakistani military which glorified terrorists from 2 terror groups and hosted preachers with vile views at his Leeds mosque. One said we shouldn't use Google because it was run by the Jews. Another is infamous for supporting a despicable Islamist murderer. Khatani has shared conspiracy theories about 9/11 and an international lending mafia backed by Zionist Rothschild criminals. He's called for revenge against India and asked for everyone to get together and finish these evils on earth. What is our Chancellor playing at? Where is her judgment? She's lobbied previous governments on this man's behalf over Kashmir, and she's asked for his views on foreign policy. Since she was made Chancellor, she's even popped round to his house for lunch. His terms for their friendship were made very clear in his own words. He said he would only support Reeves and Labour if they do what I demand. So that's our Chancellor, working on behalf of people like Khatani. I would say that she's a useful idiot, but she knew what she was doing, didn't she? And now she needs to answer for it. This is a shocking example of the crisis that we now face today. Sectarian politics in our towns and cities, more focused on issues taking place thousands of miles away from here, and represented by the most senior people in government, including the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Labour and the Green Party fighting for these votes by outdoing each other in cheating more and creating more anti-British policies. We don't want elections for our national parliament to be exploited by foreign voters who campaign in foreign languages, often under foreign flags, about foreign conflicts thousands of miles away. That's why Nigel and Reform have said that we will bring our voting laws in line with other similar countries, such as Canada, Japan and Germany, to rule that only British people can vote in parliamentary elections. If British people want to cast their vote on concerns about foreign conflicts, then that is their prerogative. But we're not going to allow foreign citizens to come here and vote on those issues. Under Reform, we will always put British people first. Those who get up in the morning, work hard and pay their taxes, but who are sick of seeing their taxes wasted by politicians more interested in problems thousands of miles away. No more. Led by Nigel, a reform government will not just stand by and watch British people suffer. We will be there for them. We will put divisive, backward, sectarian politics, like that practiced by Rachel Reeves, to one side. We'll unite the country. We'll concentrate on what really matters to people. We will be focused on taking care with people's money by cutting wasteful spending and benefits for those who don't need them, which means that then we can cut your bills and your taxes, bring back good jobs, and finally turn our country around. Thank you. The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, will stand up tomorrow and claim that we are turning a corner.